The topic of tipping is back, y'all. But this time, let's have a healthy conversation about it all, okay? These two YouTubers that you see on the screen right now, they're reacting to a TikToker that was crying and pouring her heart out when she did not receive a tip. Let's check out one of their responses right now.
I reject the notion that tipping leads to better service. Because if you believe that, that means that you believe that everywhere else we go where we don't get tips or we don't offer tips, everyone's offering subpar service or customers. That's not been my experience. And so this idea that you are rendering a service that is somehow deserving of extra money as if it was better, I've never seen it. Have y'all? So I reject this notion that tipping leads to better service. That is fucking cap. What it leads to is entitlement.
Now, notice how he said at the end that it leads to entitlement. I really want to rewind really quick where the text was at the bottom of the screen. Waitressing / delivery only. That's what popped up when he was stating his facts, right? Bartending, not bartending or stripping. So in other words, a stripper works for tips. Bartenders work for tips, but their jobs are more strenuous or worth being tipped versus waitressing or being a waiter / delivery. Now, I really want to speak on this because, like I said, have a healthy conversation, okay? But before I even give my thoughts, let's check out what someone else thinks about tipping up front and how that is important.
I'm actually going to start tipping before I get my food. If you tip before you get your food, you are affecting the quality of the service that you'll get. Why? Because they'll see that you appreciate them ahead of time and they don't have to guess if you're going to take care of them at the end of the night. That's my new thing. As soon as they bring me to the table, here's your tip. I appreciate you.
Now, this guy gets it, right? I'm pretty sure all of us can agree that this guy gets it. But let me explain to the other two gentlemen. Notice how at the bottom of the screen it says waitressing / delivery only. As an independent contractor that drives my own vehicle that goes to pick up your food on DoorDash, GRUBHUB, Uber Eats, or any other platform that delivers, I am now doing you a service, and it's only fair that you pay me for doing you this favor. Technically speaking. Why? Because this is my maintenance on my vehicle. It's my responsibility. It's my gas. Everything that you have that you can do for yourself, you're choosing to pass it on to a platform and have them hire someone to do it. Now, don't get me wrong. I completely understand the frustration from the customer's end, right? I feel towards the ending of your video right here when you said,
Cap, what it leads to is entitlement.
What it leads to is entitlement. Entitlement isn't just a one-way thing. It's on the customer's end as well. But I want you to pay attention to this. Without the waiters and waitresses in the restaurants that accept the low wage, like you said in this video, right? It's your job, right? This is the nature of the beast. If those workers did not have those jobs, you wouldn't be able to go out with your friend and sit down and have a decent meal and enjoy your time. A meal that you probably can't cook for yourself, right? So when you go to a restaurant, it would only be right to appreciate the workers in the restaurant, not just the waiters and waitresses. Every person that did what they need to make sure you got this meal hot and fresh and ready to eat. Nothing is wrong with showing a little bit of appreciation to the people that then have to split those tips in restaurants if they have a tip splitting thing going on, right? In that restaurant, which I believe most restaurants in America do, right? They split the tips with the staff that's helping making this engine run, that you are going out and enjoying your meal with your friends, or sometimes it could be by yourself. Now, let's talk about the other side of things, entitlement. As a delivery driver, you wouldn't understand what we go through. When it comes down to entitlement, are there some delivery drivers that are entitled? Yeah. But when it comes down to showing some appreciation for doing something that you could have done yourself, let's rewind. Entitlement. When a customer places an order, that customer expects that order by the time that it says in the app. But those customers that don't want to tip then complain about their order being late. But who are they taking it out on? The delivery driver. Like, we work for the companies. Now, if this is like companies that have delivery drivers in-house, that's different. But as a delivery driver that works DoorDash, Uber Eats, GRUBHUB, and those food delivery apps, we get the same type of entitlement from these customers. And they do not care for tipping. So what both sides need to understand is customers feel they are entitled because they are spending their money. And if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be paid. But on the flip side, customer, we are entitled to a tip or a bid for service when you want your meal or whatever it is that you want delivered on time. You need to step it up a bit and give us a little something extra, because as independent contractors, we have to do it ourselves. There can't be entitlement just pointing the finger at the waiter, waitress, delivery driver. It can't just be one-sided. You got to point the finger right back at yourself. Are you too entitled to not give anything extra for a service that you actually would like, or a convenience that you love using? Think about that. And let's play this video one last time so we can hear how you feel about this. Let's rewind. Play.
I reject the notion that tipping leads to better service.
You reject the notion that tipping leads to better service. But if you don't tip, these restaurant workers won't be able to sustain or make enough money for them to be able to take care of what they need to take care of because the pay is so low. Should the restaurants pay them more? Yeah, I agree. But guess what? You are bidding for their time and service. You want the best extravagant service ever? It would be wise to tip. So tell me, why can this gentleman feel better about tipping, but you guys don't? Something's wrong with that picture. Both of you are customers, but something's wrong with that picture. There's entitlement on both sides. There's not just one way of looking at things. You got to look at yourself in the mirror as well. And just that's my thoughts on it. Tell me how you feel in the comment section down below, D-Fam. What do you think about this video? Do you feel like these gentlemen that live in a different country, I believe they're from Canada, do you believe that the way that they view things is the only way to view things? Or is it the fact that they have been programmed to think this way for so long that it's okay to fight back and say, hey, no, you are entitled? Well, technically speaking, aren't you entitled as well? I mean, you could cook at home, but you decide to come to a restaurant, or for us delivery drivers, you could go get it yourself, but you're ordering on the platform and having me deliver it. I believe there's arguments on both sides, but let me know what's your thoughts in the comment section down below. And let's have this healthy conversation. I'm going to pin the link to this video at the top of the comment section down below. And share this video with them. Let them know how you feel in the comments. So with that said, if you enjoyed it, make sure you squeeze the life out the blast that like button and hit subscribe if you haven't done so already. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Deuces.